good advice.
Especially on the football field.
I got into football because I remember like watching his games. He taught me like everything I know.
Football wasn't Tarek's only passion.
He was so dedicated to his faith. He would always walk from here to the mosque, which would take about like an hour, and it didn't matter if it was raining or like super hot, he would always do it.
On March 15th, Tarek was here at the Al Noor Mosque.
Usually I go to the mosque with my brother on Fridays when I get out of school, but that one week I had an English exam.
Ashraf was in class when he heard there'd been a shooting.
I thought we were still just going to be able to play indoor football that night, and like everyone would be fine. But then the longer it went on, like the more I was like worried about it. I was trying to look for my brother in some of the pictures, like to see if he was okay and stuff, but I couldn't find him. I quickly rang up Mum. She told me she couldn't contact my brother, and that's like when my heart dropped.
Tarek was dead, but his final act was one of heroism. He'd tried to help children to escape the mosque during the gunfire.
How does that make you feel?
It feels better, like knowing he didn't just die in vain. I felt thankful that I wasn't there, but then I also feel a bit guilty.
That you weren't there with him?
Yeah.
On, Ashraf has travelled to Authors Pass, 2 hours west of Christchurch. He's here with a dozen of his Muslim mates.
It just shows like the strength of the boys, because a lot of them have actually gone through trauma, so that would have been really difficult for them.
For many of these guys, this is the first chance they've had to breathe, really, since the Christchurch attacks. A chance to get out of the city, to be with their mates, a chance to heal.
This group has always been really tight-knit, but some of its key members were killed in the attack, like Hamza Mustafa and Syed Milne.
He's been annoying, loud, but quite fun to hang around with. Quite sweet, yeah. Quite, like, nice.
Shoaib remembers the good times with his little brother.
He always told everyone that he wanted to be a football player, but I never really saw it happening. I could see him growing up to be a good person, though. A good person, definitely.
On the day of the shooting, Shoaib was on his way home from a school trip.
My neighbours took me to see my mum, and she was with this officer, and she was crying. And that's when the officer said that someone had seen Syed at the mosque, dead. But it still didn't feel real. And not until like 3 days later, when they were actually reading out the names, that like really hit me.
That he wasn't coming back?
Yeah.
Syed Ahmed Milne.
He just turned 14, second year of high school. Because he was so young, we haven't even grown up yet.
For weeks, Shoaib has been holding his feelings close to his chest.
I've thought about talking to people, but I haven't really been asked any questions that have, like, really made me think.
Now, he's beginning to let go.
Just sad.
Some of the boys who have lost their brother, I've actually seen them smiling the whole time. And then some of them, you can actually see them grieving.
I haven't sat down and talked with my mum or my sister.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know.
It's pretty raw.
Yeah. It's like the first time talking about what I'm gonna miss about him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In the warmth and comfort of a safe space,
just been through a really, really bad time.
It's easier for these boys to open up.
And it's also having the trust that they're going to respect what you've shared with them and be sensible about what they do with that.
For Bariz, these conversations are deeply personal. He moved here from Afghanistan as a child and knows how tough it is to live between two cultures.
I wasted about 4 years of my life where I was quite lost, I would say. And that was because I didn't really have a support system around me. My family was there, but you wouldn't consider them as being your brothers. Even making a difference in one of the boys' lives and actually seeing him avoid some of those mistakes that I had made, that would mean the world to me.
The Islamic faith and disciplines are at the heart of this community. While on camp, the boys are using this chapel as their mosque.
When they stand up for prayer now, everyone's quiet. And that's really beautiful to see, and I think that's actually happened because of the event of March 15th.
I hadn't really thought too much about my faith, but after what happened, it's definitely meant a whole lot more.
These guys are being challenged to step up.
My brother was a very good leader, and so to continue his legacy on, I also want to be a better leader.
They've still got exams to deal with, they've still got relationships to potentially deal with, they've still got lots of questions about their faith. The challenge is to accept the help that's out there.
I hope for them to become confident young men. I want them to have a support system around them that truly does love them and is there for them no matter what. I want them to believe in themselves. That would mean for the New Zealand public that they have young people that actually care, genuinely care about what's around them.
These boys walk in the footsteps of Muslim leader Gamal Fuda, whose words at Hagley Park echoed around the world.
We are broken-hearted, but we are not broken. We are determined to love one another and to support each other.
Their brothers are not forgotten.
What do you want people to know about Sayed?
He was a lovely guy and he'll be missed.
But now, this brotherhood means everything.
They can never replace their brothers, but they can definitely make some more.
And the Rising Leaders program also has a group for Muslim girls. Of course, all of these young people have been encouraged to seek professional help in the wake of the attacks. Well, next, she's known as Octomum, one of the